All right, guys, we are officially live. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Wherever you're watching this, we're so excited that you are here spending a little bit of time with us. Make sure to engage. There's a chat box wherever you are on YouTube or Facebook to engage with you and perhaps show some of the comments that you put. So even when you first come on, let us know where you're connecting and from what city, what state, and then we'll ask a series of questions that you'll be able to engage with as well. So happy Friday night. It's Friday night. And it's amazing. We had a good time tonight. So I am here with my co-host tonight, Peter McCrary, Madam CEO. How are you doing, beautiful? I see a beautiful crown on your head, that gorgeous fuchsia that you're wearing. I mean, honey, you are stunning.
Well, thank you, Sugar. How are you? Hey, everybody that's watching. I'm Tara McCrary, as she said. I am absolutely fantastic, Dr. China. I really, really am. I've been enjoying the day. Today has been a fantastic day. Today is launch day. Today is definitely one of the greatest days of the year to launch.
Now, on my end, you froze for a second. Can you hear me good?
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Can you hear me?
I don't know what just happened for a second on my side. I don't know if they can hear you. So that's why I always pause because I'm thinking sometimes it could be me. You know,
see what's going on.
Let me know in the chat, guys, if you can hear. I can see your comments on the back end. So comment and let me know if you can hear or see her. On my end, she's frozen. I don't know. Y'all might not be able to hear or see me. Let me know. Because all of my internet is just really funny right now. Let me know. I'm seeing me, but it could be because my camera's right here. Let me know. Okay, so she dropped off. She'll be right back. And I know you see the title of the topic. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about just so many things that are going on right now. This is the greatest time in history to reinvent yourself. Hey, Bishop, you're back.
Yes, I'm back. I don't know what just happened. It just decided it was going to take a nap.
I know. It literally just froze on my end, but I had to pause because sometimes my internet is so weird. You know,
it's just doing whatever it wants to. I'm not quite sure why it's doing what it's doing, but it's doing something kind of off. I'm going to cut off everything that I have on to make sure that there's no interference. Maybe it's the bandwidth or something like that.
So let's talk about, we got the title up here that it's the greatest time in history to reinvent yourself. You just, pre-launched your collection, or is it official launch or is it a pre-launch?
It's an official pre-launch. So everything that we have is available.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, first of all, you look absolutely gorgeous. You look stunning. I know everything that you do is very high quality. It's always very first class. I mean, you've been just an entrepreneur, probably born an entrepreneur, but you're reaching so many people and touching so many lives. Talk a little bit about what you are launching, your official pre-launch. What are you that's available now on the website, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Get into it because you're all beautifully just done up with the crown and all.
This little old thing here, this little crown jewels. Well, listen, what I decided to do was be my own advocate. China and I, we go around the world. We just did an amazing tour in Dubai several months ago. Seemed like just yesterday. And one of the challenges that I was so excited about is that I wanted some beautiful luggage. So I go and I spent all this money on this luggage. And when I got it back, it was all broken. It was all tore up. And I was like, there has to be something else. And it has to be something that makes my bag stand out from everybody else without me having to put stickers and neon tape all over it. That's just not my style. So I decided to come up with my own collection. And these are some of the pieces here. And we did an official launch day. We've got many other pieces. I wish you could see the floor is covered with products. But we've got a lot of other products. But what I wanted to do was take the advantage of the moment. Now, it would seem as though, why would I decide I'm going to do a luxury travel collection right now? And we're in the midst of a quarantine. This is the best time to do it. A lot of people don't think for the future. They think for the moment and how it's just not the perfect time. I said something today on a live that I did earlier today for entrepreneurs. And I began to talk about entrepreneur success requires you to take risks. I don't know anybody who is successful in business who is not taking risks. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. I was a 7-figure earner for a long time. And I did that before it was popular. We couldn't tell nobody, and I still don't like telling nobody now, but I had a manufacturing company, and we became the first African American milliners to ever have a collection held in Nordstrom's. Why is that important? Because in that time, it was unheard of. We were the first.
Wow.
That makes no sense. And so it's okay to be the first. It's okay to be a pioneer. I always bring faith into this. I really believe in this season, Dr. China, with all of my heart. And this is something, as I was praying, we were talking yesterday. God said that we're not in a new dispensation. We're actually in a new era. We know it as a new world order, but we're in a new era. And with new eras comes new access, comes new grace, new favor. And so it's very, very important that mentally and emotionally we shift ourselves with an expectation that we're going to succeed, because God has to have somebody on the earth to amplify who he is in the earth, even in the midst of calamity. And so if you are finding yourself to be like a Joseph, where you know you're anointed, you know you're talented, you're creative, you have all these abilities, but it seems like it's never your time, I want to encourage somebody. It may not look like the right time, but your time is now, and it's time for you to come and sit up on your royal seat, and you take the possession and the position that you're supposed to, and start creating methods by which you could use that entrepreneurial spirit. And everybody ain't going to be a CEO. We know that. You don't have to. But let me tell you something God is into. He wants us to get wealth. That's part of the covenant. Wealth is just not money. It's every area of your life. But here's the thing. He wants us to have several streams of income. And I had to get corrected. I said, God, I've always asked you for multi-million-dollar businesses to start. Now I'm going out to make them good and we'll sell them. And he said, stop asking me for a job.
Wow.
Jobs take up too much time. You still need to make sure you have freedom. Even if you own the company, yes, you can have, as long as you are, we always talk about Robert Kiyosaki's quadrant. Yes. Right. And so even as a business owner, which is on the left lower side of the quadrant, you can be a doctor, a lawyer, you can be over a nonprofit. You still need to kind of have your hands in things. It's not until you move to the right side of money. And the right side of money means you position yourself to have streams coming to you, even though you're not moving in the stream. And so that's what we have to start getting prepared for. And right now is the perfect time to do it. Right now, you've got creative ideas. Dr. China, remember we were talking about earlier, 16 million people have filed for unemployment. But can you imagine 16 million people? They had to have employment before they could file, number one, which means they have a skill that many of them have not even thought about, that they can actually take and utilize someplace else and own their own, or use it for the betterment of creating another stream of income. If you are a manager, if you know how to manage time, manage finances, you know how to keep things in order, man, that's the perfect recipe for trading. You can take those character traits, those things that you've learned from your job, and use it to begin to harness the power of some of the opportunities that are out here to create streams for you that you don't have to worry about going back to work. Because the stream is working because you're using what you already have. And you don't get that when everything is perfect. You get that when the opportunity arises and you can take advantage of it. And this is that moment.
Wow, you said so much that was amazing. One of the things that I didn't realize, we've been working together for quite a few years now, but I didn't realize when you guys became the first African Americans, Blacks, inside of that store with your hats to become millionaires. Was that that was your first million?
They didn't give me, Nordstrom didn't give me the millions. And that's the crazy thing. It's so funny because when you say Nordstrom's, you would think they're the ones that made the millions. Actually, let me tell you what I did. They were our largest account, but how I made my millions, and this is what blesses me, I made it through the smaller visionaries. When I mean smaller visionaries, I'm talking about the boutiques, the stores, the smaller stores that may have 4 or 5 locations. And we would literally travel throughout the country during the different markets. And we would make sure that we gave them the absolute best for their small boutiques, their small stores. Online wasn't really big back then. We were still, kind of new with this. And so there was no Amazon. So we literally did sales calls, and we went out and we would travel and get in a bus or get on a bus or get in a car, whatever we needed to do, or get on a plane. And we would go visit our accounts. And those smaller companies is the one that took us over the edge of that number.
That's amazing though. But the thing is that it was in the middle of a down economy. And that's the thing that
It was in the middle of 911. The next year, we ended up selling a company that next year was 9/11. Nobody was buying anything, and all of our goods were luxury goods. So we sold hats that went from somewhere between $400 and $1,000. Yes, for one hat. That dried up
And that was
the day 9/11.
2001.
Whenever the Twin Towers got hit, I can't remember the date, but the year, but I remember the date. I remember 9/11 because it shook our whole business.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because I think sometimes we are living in a society where people don't understand value sometimes. And if you a hat for $400 to $1,000, it was more than 15 years ago. I've been here for 15 years and so I know it was more than 15 years ago. So there were people even then that saw the value because you made millions.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
oh, absolutely.
When I think about it, for us, 2008, 2009, okay, it was 2011. So 2011 is when that happened, 2011, 9/11, right?
Yeah.
So now for us, I remember, I didn't realize it was 2011. So it wasn't, nevertheless, it was 2009 when we were blessed to I made my first million before 30. And it was in a down economy.
Wait, let's pause. Because that don't happen that often.
Wow. Yeah.
That is not, oh, I hit the lottery for $20. Yeah. That's a big deal. How about you guys that are in here? How about you all show her some love? You're talking about an excellent example. This is her live. I'm her guest. That is an excellent example to be able to do that in over 39. I know China, Dr. China to y'all, and I know her story. And she didn't have a silver spoon in her mouth. It wasn't easy.
Oh, no.
But she did. How'd you do it, Dr. China?
Oh, first of all, I just really thank God and that's why I'm so excited about the title. I think what they see on here, and I don't know, let me know if you were able to share this to your Facebook page too. Because if you share it to your Facebook page, your viewers could get in and comment here as well. Now you're frozen on my end, but it's the most gorgeous froze that I've ever seen before, honey. When you go back and let me screenshot the froze, honey. Now you bad when you could be frozen and just together. But so if she drops off, she'll come right back in here. But what's interesting to me about listening to Bishop Tier's story here is that it was in the midst of a tough economic time that she was able to do very well. In 2008, 2009, the real estate market was crashing. My clients, because I was a hairstylist still doing hair at the time, they were losing their contracts, they were losing their jobs, they were losing their homes, they were losing relationships. And, we were able to, in the midst of that time, become very wealthy because we decided to make a decision. And see, I believe that's right there that a lot of people get consumed with. They get consumed with, knowing everything, understanding everything, and needing everything before they can move into the next level. I didn't know everything. I didn't understand everything. I needed a lot, but I didn't even know the right questions to articulate, right, to get what I needed. But I moved into it, and I found people to model after. I found the examples.
But any pioneer always has to go first, and God sends you what you need along the way. But you got to first go, and you don't always have all the answers. That's one of the challenges that most millennials face. And I know my sister's a millennial. I'm not, but she is. And one of the things, you all are so used to having things just accessible. Everything is kind of laid out for you. But sometimes it ain't laid out. And you just got to trust your gut, even if you don't have all the answers. And that's what you did.
Yeah.
In the midst of a hard time. Who says you can't make money in crisis? They're doing it every day.
Right. Now I'm gonna stream from Instagram too. So we'll see. Hopefully it gives us some good reception here. But I didn't realize though that you made, in the midst of that time though, I think that's the uniqueness of it. And as we talk about this particular topic here, that this is the greatest time in history to reinvent yourself. You just launched your collection. That's amazing. You're already doing very well. And what I notice is that it's people that are already doing extremely well that are always looking for the next million, looking for the next opportunity, looking for the next relationship to open up the next door, that are constantly being invited to the tables. Meanwhile, the person who is sometimes in a bit of lack, that mindset causes them to kind of just stay in that, because they're waiting for something, right? They're waiting for
Yeah.
something to come in I don't know. So first of all, that's amazing. And now we find ourselves back in a financial calamity, if you will, a tough financial economic time. And
This is definitely one of the worst.
one of the worst, right? So now, why
Mhm.
do you believe that in one of the worst times economically, that this is the best time to actually reinvent yourself, to become uberly successful, very, very wealthy? Why do you feel like this is the greatest time for people to do that? And then what should they do?
You know, for me, I want to say, for me, I will say, have you mentioned that people who are doing well, we're always looking for something different. Having enough is never enough for me.
That's
I've had not enough, and enough was a goal. When I got to a place of enough, that was never enough for me. And so I understand I now have a responsibility, not to only to myself, but to my legacy, to my lineage. I have to have something for generations, not only in my family, but to those that I mentor, those that look to me as an example. And I know for me, this is the best time because people are getting another chance to actually erase what their normal was pre 2020 and say, you know what, that idea I had, this is the right time to do it. No, I don't have it all, but I've been thinking about it. I've been on this job for 15 years. I've been on this job for 20 years, and I'm really not fulfilled. I'm not happy. The kids are getting older. Maybe they've moved out. My wife or my husband, you know, we're in a different place in our lives, and we're really ready to embrace something new. The seasons have changed. I don't know if you saw this, Dr. China, but they had an aerial, and I'm going to definitely answer the question. They had an aerial view of China a couple weeks ago.
okay.
The air has never been that clean in 50 years.
Wow.
The earth is resetting.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is resetting. People
Yeah.
are realizing it's time for me to reset my life. But this is the great thing about it. If you're mature enough to understand, you don't have to take what's given. You can go and make what you can create. I don't have a money shortage. Something Dr. China, she'd be like, have you checked your back office? Have you? And I'm like, there's money back there. I don't even know how much is back there. I don't even go look. You know why? Because I understand as long as it's back there, it'll be back there. My concentration is not on the money. My concentration is on making sure that my 7 streams of income are good, making sure my clients' 7 streams of income are good. And I'm teaching everything I know about business, about foreign exchange. I know about marriage. I know about manufacturing and building companies. That's what I do. So I can't stop. I think that's what Puffy said. Can't stop, won't stop, something like that.
Right.
So what I would suggest you do is look for opportunities that are recession proof. Now, I know, don't throw no bananas and eggs at me just yet. Keep your wigs on. Don't throw no crowns at me. Opportunities that are always going to be there. My mom taught me this. She said, Mom, baby, you're always going to need a grocery store person. And that's where we all only can go now. You're going to need a mortician. Hopefully you never have to go there. You're going to need somebody in the medical field because somebody's going to have to help you live or dismiss you when you die. And you're going to need something that you're going to need a way to communicate. So if you're going to look in these areas, consider, you're going to need some childcare. And so you always think about those things. So that was back in the 80s. Well, I'm looking now in the 2020s and it's not too much different. So you find something that you actually enjoy and learn how you can take that idea and pivot it. One of the things that I love about what Dr. China does, not only does she make money while she is trading from her cell phone, that's one of the things she does a lot of, y'all don't know half the stuff she does. I don't see how she does it. She don't never sleep. That's another story for another day. That's private. But I will say this, she goes and she can make a trade and be like, she's done with it. But no, she takes it a step further. She shows us, when I say us, I mean people like you and I, how to take what she knows and she shows us how to do the same thing. If I wanted to, I can go teach somebody else how to do it. As a matter of fact, I'm teaching my grandkids how to trade now because she taught me. And so that is something that you can monetize. She can choose to do it that way, should she choose to. But here's the thing, she didn't keep it to herself. And a lot of us don't realize the things that we can do is not based on what we need for ourselves, but what we can help other people do. So what can you do that's recession proof? I have a gardener that comes over. I never have to touch him. Social distancing, I cash out him his money. My yard looks amazing. Go on about your business. I have people who come and do my dog. They have a space that they can go in and they color my dog's hair and they make her all cute and stuff. I cash out them. That's the money. They have figured out a way to still make money when there is a problem, even with social distancing and all these careful things we have to do. So think about what can you do. Again, stop looking at it from the standpoint of a job. What income opportunities can you create that, or you can be a part of, that can start filling up your coffers? I can't tell you what to do. She and I, we both did hair for a very, very long time. We still got the goods. We still know how to do it. However, I don't want to stand behind a chair, but I can teach you how to become a platform artist. So can she. We can teach you how to come up with some products and services that's going to help with specific types of hair. We can do that. We can train you on a lot of things. So that's me pivoting from behind the chair to taking what I need, what's needed, and giving that information out and charging for it. So it's just about creating streams of income. And it's 9 times out of 10, Dr. China, the stuff is right up under our noses.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the opportunity that's available right now is the greatest opportunity in our time, I believe. And I think it requires a level of creativity, and it requires people to give themselves permission to do things differently, which is why they have to be open to reinventing themselves and not so closed and thinking that, you know what, when the world open back up and I go back.
Ain't no back.
You know, and if you go back to it, you expect things to be the way it was when you left, and it's not. And listen, I think that there's a couple of different ways that we can look at what's going on right now. And the reality of it is a lot of families have gotten closer. I know we cook more at home. That's the big deal, because
we saved a lot of money cooking at home. You know, we like to go out.
We in somebody's restaurant, or we spend so much money on food. Like, that's one area that you are not going to give me the budget on. When it comes down to eating nice, I like to eat whatever it is I want to eat that day. And we go out probably 5 to 7 days a week, to be honest with you. So I've saved so much money as well, Thierry, just in saving money on not spending money on food.
And parking and gas. Oh my God.
Like, it's so much saving that's going on right now. And
that's wait a minute. So catch this out. That means it's reinvestment money. We've been asking God, give us money to invest. God, give us money to put aside. That's the money right there.
I was on with Jewel the other day, and she was interviewing a gentleman who really handles a lot of her real estate investment properties in Detroit. Mm-hmm. And look, I ain't gotta be in Detroit. He in Detroit. Jewel, where can I send his money at, sis?
Right, that part.
Properties in Detroit. So I'm on the phone in real time while it's happening, texting, can you get this up off my hands right now? Because I've saved so much money at home. That's more money to invest. And we have to look at this opportunity. And I'm so glad that Ann is on here and a couple of other people that are here. I was asking before you got off, did you share this with your Facebook page?
Me?
Share it, your community could get in on this conversation.
Yeah, mine is on there. Yeah, let me go back and make sure, because I know I pushed the button. Hold on, let me make sure that it went.
Tell them
hold on just a second.
In on this. But you know, to work with me, and then let's talk about this, because obviously I'm a business.
You're on. We're on.
Okay, perfect. I'm a business coach as well. I'm a branding coach, and just to get the time to be around people who've acquired a level of success, it costs money. That's why we pay for what we pay to go to country clubs and for exclusivity, to sit around people who have, you know, the information that we need to go to where we're going. And there's some people who may feel like investing $300 into themselves is expensive. And so they try to find a cheaper deal and like cut them, like just talk about that. But like they literally think that you can't get the same thing out of Neiman's that you're going to get out of Goodwill. Now, if you want to go to Goodwill and that's your thing, that's fine, but don't expect a Neiman's situation, you know, in Goodwill. Don't expect to have a Delta's experience on Spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Talk about
you definitely will not get the same level of value.
Let's just talk about that for a second. Why it's important for you not to cut yourself short, or when it comes down to investing into you. It costs less than $300 to work with us for Forex, but you know, to work with us as a coach, honey, you gonna come about your back.
To work with me is about $4,000.
So now, when you decide to join her Forex team, though, I'm not saying you're gonna get all her time because you ain't getting tear sign. Bishop, like, where's the system at? Because this thing system, and we
Oh goodness.
versus, so you good, but at least they gain a little bit of access for
Yeah.
under $100 with a skill set in banking software.
Well, I won't say they get a little bit of access. They get a lot of access because it's more than just you and I.
Absolutely.
We got some people. I mean, I just think about Christopher Terry. You're talking about a 9-figure trader that will come in a room with his flip-flops on, his jeans, his t-shirt, has not shaved, has a baseball hat on, be like, hey, how you doing? And if you want to ask him a question, guess what he gonna do? He gonna answer you. You tell me, when's the last time you were able to even know that there was a 9-figure earner in your midst and that you could get to them without security and you can sit down and talk to them? That is unheard of. And just to know that he pours into us weekly. He makes sure that people like Bob Proctor are there to give us better results because we're working on our personal selves. And a lot of us, the problem, Dr. China, is people don't see the value in their own future. So they discount it. And then they end up thinking that everything around them needs to be discounted and it's going to be the magic pill. And the reality of it is, if it has not worked in the last 10 years of your life, it's not going to start now. And now we're into a new normal, a new necessity, a change. You can't go into it with this thing. I know if I'm expecting to, every now and then you might go, like you said, to Goodwill, and you might find a good something, but is it dry rotted? How many people have had it?
Girl,
is it new? Do you have to put it in the cleaners? What happens if you do put it in the cleaners? Can you fit it? Is it in season? You got all of these ifs. When you decide you're going to make a real investment because you recognize, number one, I'm worth it. Number one, I'm worth it. And before I go and invest, and this is nothing against my Chinese brothers and sisters, my Vietnamese brothers and sisters, I have family and friends all over the globe. But before you go and give them money for your $100 nails and your $400 and $500 wigs or your $39.99 wigs at the wig store, you count it all up and you're all excited. You go, I feel good and I look good, but your broke bank account ain't good. And it's time now for us to wise up because you don't want to be in a soup line. You don't want to be in the kitchen. It broke my heart to see in New Orleans yesterday, there was a 6-mile line to the food pantry and we ain't talking about people in a buggy. We talking about people in Lexuses, people that are in Hondas. We talk about people that are in Range Rovers, people that are in you name it kind of cars. They were lined up for 6 miles. Lack don't care about what you drive and how you look. Lack only cares if you're going to put something behind it to banish it out of your life and replacement with more than enough.
Wow. No, that's the interesting thing where all of these people are filing for unemployment and people who are educated. They spend listen, people have spent so much money on degrees.
And still owe this. Wait a minute. We're in a deficit and you still owe your student loan. They have not made a quality decision if they are going to get rid of the student loan debt. So now you still owe it. You can't afford to pay your bills. You got a PhD, a master's degree, which is wonderful. We're all for education. Yeah. But then you don't have money. And you got the qualifications. Listen, can I say something to them? Because we grassroots 6 and 7-figure earners. Let me tell you something. Everything that you need to be creative, everything that you need to create the lifestyle that you want, you already have the know-how. Chances are, you got the tools. You just got to believe that you're worthy of pouring some kind of investment in yourself and get around other people that can awaken that ability. I didn't know I could trade when I got around China. I was like, if it wasn't for God talking to me before I had this meeting with her, there's no way in the world.
Even came, sis, you'd have been like, girl, look, we better.
I was busy.
About Dubai, when we going to Dubai or something. You want to know, we're not doing that.
No. But then I saw the bank account. See, some people you talk and you have beautiful flowery words. Oh, sis, that's a beautiful this and that girl. This, let me show you what she did, y'all. Let me show you what she did. This, I'm Dr. China. And where you are, this is what she did, y'all. And she turned it. And I said, Jesus be offense. How you do that? And I know she wasn't gonna work hard. She too pretty for that. See, when you know who you are and what you can do, you use the brain power that let there be, that creative ability in your mouth to create opportunities, to create money. And I was like, okay, because I couldn't say nothing. I was under arrest. I knew coming into the meeting, I couldn't say nothing. I had to give her one scripture I was told to give her, and it made all the sense in the world. We sitting here, eyelashes all loose on the end, looking crazy at the country club, all right, trying to be cute in the middle of the day. It was a done deal. I didn't have to think about it. I'm not worth making that kind of investment. I told my husband, he was like, okay, what we doing?
Wow.
And when I went, when we go to South Africa, the kids in South Africa, they start trading in the first grade. I've got friends who are here in the States, and their children are of the upper echelon. They're chocolate like us, but they're of the upper echelon, Connecticut area, that upper state New York. And they have equestrian riding. They have their own planes, the whole nine. But guess what they learned how to do when they was in elementary school? Trade.
Mm-hmm.
So when they got out of 8th grade, they had a brokerage account full of money so that they can do what they need to do. Why are we the only ones not doing that?
That's the thing. I think, we first of all see these charts. Let me see if I can pull something up and assume that it looks so, I'm not pulling that up right now. Assume that it looks so complicated, but the truth is ABCs 1, 2, 3 shapes and colors. And even before we can even get to what it looks like, we got to give ourselves permission to know that we got some kind of technology on our phone that we're using. And this technology right now, we're connected with right now. Why not turn your cell phone into an ATM machine? If you haven't found a way to make money from your phone, you don't have a smartphone, you have a dumb phone.
Yeah, you got a bill.
Yeah, you got a bill.
Your phone bill. You should never have to have a phone bill if you know how to trade. You should never have to have a mortgage if you know how to trade.
If you still paying your phone bill, like, that's a problem. You got too many apps on your phone that should be making money for you. And if you don't, you definitely need to get this money app with Rich University. I don't know what you're waiting on, contemplating for, waiting for somebody else to go first, waiting for somebody else to tell you what they're going to do, to give you permission. Give yourself permission to win. And now is the greatest season to do it. So sis, I'm excited. I'm excited for your collection. God, where can they go and find that beautiful collection? Because that weekender, honey, that we
let me pull it up real close. Okay, so China, she likes this one.
Yes, honey.
This is the weekender. This is our rose gold weekender. It is a beautiful, like 22.5-inch bag, vegan leather. It smells like leather. It feels like leather. Soft, beautiful tags, all this kind of stuff. So we have, this one is our bestseller. And then our second bestseller is the champagne gold version.
Girl,
champagne gold. It's beautiful. And they're only $199. They're only $199. You can go to Crown Jewels Collection. So JEWLS Collection. Crown Jewels Collection. It's been a long day. I know how to spell. Crown Jewels Collection.com and pick up whatever you want. We have all kinds of things. We've got bags. We've got anything that a woman is going to need to get away and to travel. Oh, we got one more thing. We added this. I don't know how many people saw this. We have these rhinestone tumblers for our water, because I don't want to have no Voss water. And some people
right there. Hello.
Listen, and you put your wine in here, your Pepsi, your water, whatever it is. You got to have your energy drink or whatever. And then we have this. Now, this little cutie right here. This is one of my favorites. This is not your mama's toiletry bag. This is a toiletry bag, and it has all the things, all the little compartments. You can put little stuff in here and just turn it up. You can hang it up. And this is actually going to come in the same metallic pink as of yesterday, the same metallic pink. You can get this matte pink or the metallic pink, which is the same color as this at Rose Gold. And you can get it all at the Crown Jewel Collection. Thank you for letting me say that.
Of course. What the heck will we be doing if we can't promote each other? What the heck will we be doing?
Yes, I appreciate it.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited about the launch of this collection. I know everything that Tier does is first class, high quality. You're going to get the best of the best. I love that it's vegan leather. Vegan
Yes.
leather. For those of you that want to be vegans, but you're still letting them slaughter the animals for your leather, sis, go ahead and go leather bag, okay? Because this is the introductory price right now. This price won't
Yeah.
always be the same. And I want to say that some of you are literally discounting yourself by talking about what's too expensive. You deserve it, for number one. You got to start deserving things better. It's something
Yeah.
about you start elevating your own worth. Saying, I deserve this. God is
That
going
right there.
anyway, so if you're gonna supply all of my needs, let me go ahead on and get what I really want up in here now. I'm just saying, I just some of you women are waiting for someone to give you the permission to do things that you won't even do for yourself. If you continue to put yourself last, why do you think he's supposed to put you first? If you continue to put yourself last, who is gonna put you first?
Nobody.
Nobody, because you train people on how to treat you based on how you treat you. So if
Right.
you are okay with putting you at the end of the line, then so will they.
And you will stay at the end of the line while they go and tiptoe right over you and go to somebody else
Who know they
that
work.
thank you and will be just as happy. So it's time to put you listen, it's time to put you first. Stop. If you got to be convinced that you're worthy of it, then we don't have anything we can tell you beyond, sis, bro, you got to work on your mentality. You got to work on, God said, I will give you the desires of your heart. When you go places and you can see yourself in that beautiful house, that beautiful car, maybe traveling, you know, you see Dr. China, she's posting videos, we're here and there, and you're like, I wish I could go with them. Stop being in a position where you wish.
Right.
We have people who had not even really been deep into knowing how to make that extra stream of income through trading. And they were there with us in Dubai. Some of them, they didn't know how they were going to do it. And when they got there, we gave them a first class experience. They were sitting there with a $17,000, 17,000 square foot mansion.
Hello?
Worth about $12 million.
Hello?
On our private beach.
Hello?
And our private pool. We had, listen, we shopped. We did everything. We even went to Abu Dhabi. We had safaris. We had barbecues. We had everything we needed. And that was not possible for some of them before they made a decision to say yes to Forex.
And
I'm just saying.
Some of them actually literally stepped out on faith and their life changed since.
Yes.
They
yes.
To Forex. They partnered with us with Rich University. Their whole life. I mean, we got some testimonies of young ladies who've been on 3 weeks. One young lady who came on yesterday, this really blew my mind. She's been on for 3 weeks. She went in her demo account for a week, went live after that because she was like, wait a minute, this is too good to be true. I need this in my real life. And literally made enough money in 2 weeks to cover her house note already. It's a new trader.
But you remember the young lady, I won't say her name because she ain't gave me permission, but you know exactly who I'm talking about. Remember, her son was in a house and she wanted to just move him out of the apartment. And she said, I got 2 goals. I want to go to Paris for 2 weeks. And we were saying, don't come out that demo account before 30 days. She mastered it. She came out that demo account. She paid for her trip to go to Paris. She taught her friends how to do it. They came in together as a team, learned together. They studied together. Her friend ended up going to Dubai for a week. She came back. She didn't buy an apartment or get an apartment for her son. She ended up buying the building that her son lived in, all from Forex. And she was when I met her, when she came to me, she was in tears. She literally said, I am on a fixed income and I only have a little bit left in my retirement. I am almost tapped out. I need a way to make some money and I need to make it quickly. And that's not for everybody. That we don't give that promise. She said, I need to make it quickly and I'm open to learn. Teach me whatever you know. And we sat down there, we presented to her, she did it. And when I tell you, she owns apartment buildings now in Florida. Her son is now the manager over the apartment building. So not only did she buy him a place, but he has a job. He ain't got to worry about not working anymore. And he's got a recession-proof job because people need to live. The baby is taken care of, got full benefits. He has a baby, has special needs. And she don't have to worry about it. And she can travel and do whatever she wants to. And she doesn't have money problems anymore. And that's been less than a year doing Forex. She did all of that I just said in about 120 days. No lie.
That's crazy. Like, I think sometimes people don't realize that their next level is first connected to a decision that they have to make. And we make decisions all the time. The question is, to make a rich decision,
That's it.
consistent rich decisions that's going to put you in a different position. Or are you leaving a decision making up to somebody else who got a whole nother plan for your life, a whole nother plan for your future?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Around about nothing because I don't even know what's going on in the news. Like, I don't watch the news at all. I'm so disconnected. My world, we don't talk about no virus. My world, we don't know what's going on. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, and maybe I'm a little bit insensitive, but God has
You're not being insensitive. That's just where you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
God has me in a very particular place in this season, and I'm so laser focused because He's called us to make impact on nations and generations around the world. We kicked off a 40-day, 40-night tour, but we're going.
Tell us about that. Tell us about that, because everybody doesn't know. So tell them about it. I know I've got some people on my live and they're watching, so I need tell them about it.
God gave me this vision, and He said 40 days and 40 nights on the run, and so. I mean, when God says something, I'm for sure a personality type. I just take it and run with it. But He began to define it more and more and more. And He told me about 5 elements. Spiritually, we were going to fast against things that was distracting us from really hearing from Him, becoming greater. And I decided to fast from social media. Like, I didn't realize how much I scroll. Some of you guys need to get in on this with us, just because you are going to become greater, just because you're going to become better by partnering with us. Somebody just say, how do I get started? How do I start? And so we'll definitely let you know about all that. Is that one of your members? I know people are sharing everywhere. But anyway,
yeah, I don't. Let's see. Yes, it is.
So basically, spiritually, we're developing, we're becoming greater. We're fasting away from things that are distracting us from being great. Mentally, we just partner with Bob Proctor. Guys, that's a big freak.
That's major.
Like, I listened to him last night. I'm gonna listen to him again tonight. I'm gonna continue to listen to him every night, because when you are around people that speak at a higher level than you, consistently pushing in and being in those environments, you don't have a choice but to level up. And so
it retrains your brain.
It retrains your brain. And so now we have an opportunity to have access to someone that you normally would have to spend 10,000 plus with. And that's a opportunity. He's not just giving us general talk. Bishop, he's showing people how they can go chairman, what they need to do to go chairman. Chairman in our community is minimum 10,000 a month residual income. I'm not telling you how much I'm just telling you the compensation plan, residually minimum $10,000 a month.
And so, well, we can be clear, that has nothing to do with the money you make from trading. That's just called what I call thank you money. That's thank you money. Thank you for telling somebody about the educational platform. We just want to give you something back to say thank you. That's what that is. That's thank you money. $10,000 a month plus thank you money. I take it.
Come on, somebody. That's just for helping people. And you see that there's all of these people filing for unemployment. People need help right now. So when you get rewarded emotionally, a lot of people are looking for somebody to give them permission, looking for somebody to support them, a spouse, a friend, a coworker. Even if you never get that, when you join Rich University, you are joining a community of family. Like, people are so on fire. Just
it's sweet
by itself.
We don't have no crazy stuff in our family. We're not a dysfunctional family. Now, we got some questionable, ones who think that they funny. They, crack really bad jokes like me. But other than that, we're pretty cool.
It's amazing. It's people, you know what, Bishop, people tell me about China, even if I wasn't making the money trading, like, just to be around positive people, just to have access. Y'all just left from London. Y'all went to Turkey. People who joined in January, by February, they was in London.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
One girl, past results don't guarantee future profits, but one girl literally started off with $1,000 in her account in 19 trading days, in her live account, by the way. In 19 trading days, she was already up 2,700. Like, they don't even know the struggle. This is straight up for real, for real. This is just like somebody who, kids, you grew up in the hood, but your kids grew up in the suburbs and they don't even know the struggles you went through. They had to know what we went through. They came in and just say, this is the norm. So then physically, so emotionally, you get that accountability with the family environment, so you don't miss out whoever not running with you. And they didn't say, okay, they don't have to say yes to Forex right now. Maybe you're in a point of contact for them, right? Maybe you got to go first. And so then you just have that accountability and support. And then the physical side of it. Girl, I worked out today. I literally committed. I've been committing. I ain't did it every day now, sis. I'm just be honest now. For some happened 2 days. Now we've been doing it for 5 days. I did work out for 3 though. I worked out. I worked out today. And at first,
We're not gonna have no summer bodies. We're gonna have summer bodies.
come on.
I don't want a summer body. Some of this potato chips, some of this chicken, some of this. You know, we like our seafood, our crawfish, and our crab legs. We can't be having butter bodies.
Let me tell you something.
We gotta keep it tight and right. Girl, you can't be having them messed up bodies.
I'm not playing right now in this season. I'm very still. I could probably do this like this. I'm holding this thing this whole time. Let me see if y'all can do this. Hold on. Let me tell you something. I am not playing in the season in my life. I have to get it all together. So I was working out today, sis. I gotta make sure.
Look at you. Come on now. What waste?
Right and right. I gotta make sure that we get all of this stuff going away. Okay, I want all of it to be right. Okay, I'm not playing. I worked out. I'm serious. I'm on a mission, and it's exciting that we have accountability now. So I got up. Yes, baby. So when we said 40 days and 40 nights on the run to a greater you, we're talking about spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and of course, financially.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. Financially, like we have a system right now, and I'm not going. Girl, I can't help it. Let me show it because some people ain't see this. Let me just show them, sis.
Okay.
I gotta let them see this part right here because this is the part. Huh? Jay said you look very pretty.
Oh, thank you, Jay.
Honey, this chart right here. We had a call last night, right? Where Ann went at? We had a call last night. I don't know what's going on, but these other
that's the money chart right there.
Baby, this is an exclusive tool that you get inside of Rich University, but we give you a trading plan to help you to set your goals. None of it is a guarantee. Past results do not guarantee future profits. But when I say this is the bag right here, sis, this part keeps you on target for your goals.
Yes, it does. And we are committed to that. And you know what? Even if we don't get 100%, even if we just got half of it in the time that we were given, say if we say 60 days, but we only made it to half of what the goal is, I am still so much more financially soluble and so much richer than I was when I started on day one. It's just, you just got to stick to the plan. And again, you're picking up the phone, you're putting the information in based on what you learn at our training. I had somebody take some training the other day. They were like, oh my God, this training is absolutely amazing. I remember when y'all first started and I looked at the training, but now they got out and they were like, I made a mistake. I'm coming back. I'm in. They signed up. They were like, teach me how to do this. We put them on the platform. They was like, oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready. And they finished it. And they were like, oh, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm like, wait. We're going to do the demo account.
What your listener said, I pay 80% of my daughter's school tuition in 2 months. Hello?
Wow. Come on now. What else can you do that? You can't do that making $15 an hour. And $15 an hour is good money, but that's not enough. Not for the dreams and the aspirations you got. Think about it. Y'all, if money was not an issue, what would you dream about? What would you imagine yourself attaining, doing? What would you actually take advantage of if money was not an object? So remove some of the biases and some of the limits and say, you know what, I'm going to take this money. I'm going to invest it. I'm not going to get no new Jordans. I can't go, this is a whole month worth of eating a Red Lobster, or if you're in Atlanta, God only knows where you hang out with us. And you end up taking that, you are learning something. That's not something I'm gonna learn, and I'm not gonna need it like cursive. Like something, calculus. You go to college, they make you feel like you stupid. Your high school, you make you feel like you're stupid because you can't figure it out. And you don't ever use it again. No, I don't feel like working today. I'm not working today, or I don't have a job. Here's the call. This is the information I need to put up. I'm going to check all the things that I've been taught to check in the training. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to put my information in. This is how much I'm going to trade. Pennies into dollars, dollars into hundreds. It's simple.
Let me tell you something. So my 19-year-old daughter, she's trading. They got a whole young movement, young plan. Now, I'm the millennial in the house. So in my mind, I'm still
in your head.
21, but obviously she's 19. And so they got a whole young energy, young movement, young vibe. And I'm so proud of them because her friend who is in school, obviously not in school right now, but she literally made over $340. Like it took her 2 minutes. And she said she literally called her on the phone screaming and hollering like, this is so crazy. This is
people don't believe that it's something that's to be simple can be real. You know, you have people who say this is a fraud, this is a fake, this is a hack, this is a scam. No, you waiting in that dang on line to get a check and hoping that you're not going to get laid off. That's a scam. And you still owe student loans. That's a scam. The fact that you got to pay your mortgage instead of paying it off in 15 years, you're going to pay it off in 30 years and you just glad somebody gave you credit. That's a scam. I went through having a business for 20 years and didn't have credit. You know why? Because I had cash. Cash is king. Now I got credit and cash. So I can go and take the 800 credit score. Well, actually it's like 780 credit score. And then go and take my cash if I want to. Baby, that's through the credit vault. That's that credit vault. That's that credit vault. We worked it out.
Yes.
I positioned myself. I wanted the whole thing. I didn't want to be the one asking and begging and hoping that somebody say yes. I said yes to me. Outside of the collection, outside of the business, I said yes to me. My son said yes. My husband said yes.
Wow.
I don't want to be broke. Can I tell you one of my biggest fears, China? And you know this. I don't want to be on welfare again.
Wow.
I don't want to have $326 check and I got to figure out how I'm going to make it work for the rest of the month. I was a single mom. I don't want with food stamps. I don't want that. I don't want to have to be dependent on a system. I don't want a fixed income. That frightens I'm going to say it like I want it. That frightens the hell out of me, as it should.
Girl, first of all, it's 2020 out here. Like, what we talking about? Because it's too much available. You got kids on YouTube making millions.
Come on. Okay, we're not going to talk about Ryan because, I need to be Ryan's manager.
Hello?
Ryan?
I want to go to Ryan's birthday party. I said, well, I got to be able to invite you to the birthday party. See, like, I got to get my video up on my YouTube channel. I want my face on my toys. I want my face on my toy boxes. I want my face on my walls. I want that to be me. I say, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
We're raising kings and queens in this house. And I'm so grateful because the reality of it is, a crackhead ain't coming up short. Like if they do every day, they're gonna have their 20. At least when I was growing up, it was $20.
They the same way now. They're gonna hook a crook. They're gonna get that money to get that fix.
You telling me a crackhead is gonna out hustle you in 2020 with all this access you got to technology and resources?
They're more disciplined than us, and we're supposed to be the ones that got it all together.
Come on, man, $235, and you saying I'm not worth that?
Sometimes they don't think they're worth it. We will pay more for an item than we will value in paying for our education or to pour something into us or to give us access to people who have great minds.
Access
can't be granted if you never get access. Access also opens the door for excess.
I know that
there will be no excess if you don't have access, and there will be no access if you don't value yourself enough to position yourself, reposition yourself to do something different. Period. You better be cute. Come on, let's talk about where we going. Where we on the road, sis. Where we going?
Hello. Listen, this quarantine ain't stopping nothing, sis. No, baby, no. Oh no, we still gonna get.
So this is quarantine cash. Okay, we got quarantine cash going. Where we going? Did we go to New Orleans already?
Baby, we went to New Orleans. We did 2 days in New Orleans. Tonight was Baton Rouge, and tomorrow night is not on here, but the 25th we are going to be. Is that the 25th on that flyer?
I think tomorrow's the 25th. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 25th. Let me go to show y'all guys the 25th real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna go here real quick. The 25th, we got a special encore presentation with my brother Rich off the net. Yes.
That's gonna be good.
Amazing. Hold on. That's gonna be so. I'm gonna tell y'all. Get everybody
smart. So easy to listen to.
Huh?
He's so smart and so easy to listen to.
Yes. Now what I did here? Hold on. Let me. Oh, I don't know how I'm about to do this. Oh, I know what I could do.
What's the matter?
You could be low tech and still get a high check. I'm telling you.
Oh, come on. That blessed me in my shot now.
You ain't got to. People are so scared of technology. They're so scared of something new. They're so scared to try. You could be low tech and still get a high check. You ain't got to know how to do this stuff. This is
your phone will make you millions if you let it.
Hello. Yes. You better say yes to Forex. Okay. So this right here is happening tomorrow night. Let me tell you something. This brother right here is doing some really big things. He is the one that really kicked this whole thing off. This is who Christopher Terry went to. And I don't know. I know he has a story before they connected, but this is when it blew up. I feel like he's the chosen one. I'm all about divine relationships.
And alignments. Yeah.
There's an anointing already on this company. No one person came in and it required an alignment. It required a connection. It required people who understood that they were on assignment. And so when Christopher Terry connected with Gary Roberts, the doors began to be open.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that connection, none of us would be here. So we have him on tomorrow, Mr. Gary Roberts, Mr. Rich Off the Net. His story is amazing. Get everybody every young brother that you know. He got a very interesting, colorful background that you need to see.
Very colorful.
So everybody that you definitely want to get them on to really see. Now you guys can't see this yet. Get them on so that they can see, and hear the stories of why he said yes to Forex and how he really pioneered this thing, and not only pioneered it when the tsunamis of waves came. I'm not talking about a wave that he was on bringing it in. I'm talking about when it felt like it was coming over him, how he was able to withstand and rebuild. See, I want to hear somebody who's been through something. I don't want to hear the perfectly prepared stories where it looked like everything just, no. I want to hear the people who've been through the trenches. I want to hear from the people who done been through something. I can't trust you if you ain't never been through nothing.
If your story don't have a storm, it's a lie.
Do you see what I'm saying? I want to see somebody who done been through something, who overcame something, because I know that that's where God is in that situation right there.
Yeah.
That we done been through in our life that we don't know how in the hell we got out of it, but God.
Yeah, we just washed up on the shore and then somebody said breathe and we just came back to life. Don't know how we made it through that. But we're here, and we're here to have another chance. Now, listen, what time are we supposed to have everybody come and show up? Because we're going to show up right here on your page, right here on Facebook Live. What time are they supposed to be there?
9 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 Central, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow night. It is going to be epic. I'm telling you guys, do not miss this. Don't be
Get your family, your friends, your cousins, them, the ones that always ask you for money. Those are the ones you need to have on here. And then, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It's fun if families can do things together, learn together, grow together. Couples, y'all make money together, and you're learning an independent sport that you can do collectively.
Yes.
And you don't have to sweat it out. Now, sometimes my heart go like this because I'm like, this ain't real. This ain't real. Oh, it is real. I look at the bank account. But then other than that, I'm good.
Woohoo, baby. Let me tell you something. I'm so proud of Mr. Scott. When I tell you he don't play, honey. He do not play. And now the team is expanding over in the United Kingdom. They are on me like, okay, what's up with Tokyo, China? Hello. You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing that people are winning at a very high level that knew nothing about this space, that have just, and we're just excited that we're just getting started.
Well, I'm glad to be a part, and I'm going to encourage anybody, if you've been looking for a recession-proof way to figure out how to really grow your money and to educate yourself and reposition yourself so you don't have to worry about this. Because see, this ain't going, I don't care what happens in the economy. The foreign exchange business is never going to go out of business.
Right.
Because economies, countries, this is how they do what they do. It ain't going nowhere. Your companies might go down, the Dow might shake, the stocks may not do well, but you can always rely. People in countries, they're going to spend money. They're going to trade money. It's not going to go outside. Just reposition yourself. What is it? If you lose, what you going to lose? Only way you're going to lose is not to try.
That's right.
That's the only way you're going to lose, not to try.
That's it. Well, this has been so good having some sister talk. That's what I titled it. The greatest time in history to reinvent yourself. Forex is recession proof. Trading Forex is recession proof. It is the exchange of money. And so I titled this Sister Talk, where we can hop on in here and just talk. I love the collection. I'm so excited. Everybody hop on to Crown Jewel Collection and get a bag, that weekend bag. I'm telling you, the Weekender is amazing, both in rose gold as well as in gold. It's amazing. And if you having some cash flow issues, grab that 234 as fast as you can.
Quickly.
This space, be as coachable as you possibly can, so that we can help you to change your financial trajectory. Coachability.
Amen.
Yeah, you got to be coachable. Grab that 234 as quickly as you can and invest into you right away. So I'm excited. Whoever you're watching this by, whoever shared this with you, because I know so many people have definitely shared, this on their Facebook pages and stuff like that. Get back with that person. And get started. I'm excited to help you win inside of this space, guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for being on, Bishop. You look absolutely gorgeous. Congratulations on your official pre-launch. Yes. CrownJewelCollection.com is where you purchase those beautiful pieces that you saw. Whoever connected with you here and you want more about Forex, whoever page you saw this on, click Messenger to message them and ask them for their link. I'm excited. For those of you who are 234 ready, let's go. We look forward to working with you. Thanks so much, Bishop Tier. I love and appreciate you, sis.
See you later.
Thank you, guys. We love you.
Love you.